thank you very much, and goodbye. It's time for time travel. It's just in here that I go. I'll take the microphone. Goodbye.
What do you think?
I just don't think it was very good. I did 78 episodes, but
that's why
people
people liked it. To do that many episodes shows that people liked it. They loved laughing at you.
laughing with me.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I know. I just don't think the quality was good enough. I don't think there's anything that you could do that'd actually get me to do another show.
I really didn't want to resort to this. We're supposed to be friends. We do each other
Yeah, I
favours.
mean, yeah, perhaps we, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I might be tempted to do another show, but, I mean, one material concern I've got is that, well, you just got me to do some pretty stupid things, didn't you? I mean, there was a show where, you left me, there was a programme where I was dressed, in clown shoes, I've been on top of a tank, I've been in a bird cage, I've been dressed as Willy Wonka, I dressed as Father Christmas. I even present the show dressed in a wetsuit from your bathtub. I don't want to be made to look stupid again.
So, well, we can try and move away.
It ends with me being eaten by a dinosaur. Are we gonna sort that one out?
That is an issue. I know we're trying to move. I know we're trying to move away from the whole, stupid thing that you didn't like. But you have been eaten by a dinosaur. So how we could start the next episode, right? Is obviously you've been eaten by a dinosaur. Luckily, you've been swallowed whole, so you've been digested. You'll be pooed out into its feces. Okay, so we'll start the next episode. You're naked because your clothes are being digested, right? You're naked and you're smothered in poo. Start the episode like that. I can go and get that sorted now for you. Or you could just carry on, just start the next episode and ignore the fact that you've been eaten by a dinosaur.
Right, well, welcome to episode 79 of the Fish Tank. Obviously, previously I've been eaten by a dinosaur. We'll not go into that. I think, I'll be honest, I wanted to bring the show back purely for the love of the money, for love of the show. A lot of people have said they want to see a return, so I thought I'd come back just for one episode and do a review of 2008, 2009, because I've not been on for about 16, 17 months, so I suppose that's apology of the week, for only coming back for the one show. Obviously, it's no surprise that I've come back just after I've opened my Christmas crackers, so hence the... Yeah.
The one show?
Yeah. I mean, I'm presenting the one show instead of Adrian Childs after I've done this, so I can't do any more.
Right.
Okay. So it's no surprise that I've come back just after opening my Christmas crackers. I've got a couple of jokes. Here's the ones that I got in this year's Christmas crackers. What do you call a deer with no eyes? Stevie Wonder. And what two things in the air can help make a woman pregnant? Her feet. So what has been going on over the last year? Well, quite a lot. The financial crisis really has been the main thing. It's been pretty devastating. I mean, I remember one time I went up to a cash machine and I tried to draw out about £50 from the bank and it came back, we can't complete this transaction due to insufficient funds. I didn't know whether they meant from me or from the bank side of things. But it's just one of those things. I mean, I had to lend someone about £20 the other day just to see them through to the end of the month. On the plus side, though, I'm now Britain's fourth biggest lender, so it's not all that bad. And the HBOS former chairman was on the BBC News the other day, was talking about the financial crisis, and he says that HBOS now needs to focus on the big issues, and so does he, because he sells them on the corner of Oxford Street. But I mean, obviously the High Street has been the place where the effect has been felt the most. I mean, Woolworths went into administration, and 800 stores closed because of it, and also a staff football team were docked 15 points. But that well-known quiz question of what is the capital of Reykjavik, what is the capital of Iceland, was no longer Reykjavik. Instead, people referred to the capital of Iceland as being about £3.80. The whole country pretty much went bankrupt in Iceland, which meant that they could no longer pay Kerry Katona for those dreadful adverts that she used to do for them. But, aside from the UK and Iceland, Japan, they were affected really badly. Their banking sector in particular. I mean, one thing that happened quite badly in Japan was their banks, and it was so bad that the Origami Bank unfortunately had to fold, and also things went belly up at the Sumo Bank. As were the Bonsai Bank. Well, they announced plans to cut some branches. A quick snapshot of the accounts of Fuji Bank that left them clearly showed that they got a mountain to climb. As were things fortunately were still in the black at Ninja Bank. Well, all the financial statements for Karaoke Bank, they showed that things were out of tune. Well, all share dealings were suspended at Kamikaze Bank. That's after they nosedived. And also it was feared that something fishy was going on over at Sushi Bank, where it was feared that depositors were going to get a raw deal. So it's just one of those things. I mentioned karaoke there. I'll be honest, this year I have actually done my first bit of karaoke. Although I can't claim to be a huge fan of karaoke. I mean, if I wanted to watch a drunken mess sort of sing an Amy Winehouse song out of tune, then then I'd just go to an Amy Winehouse concert, wouldn't I? Make a lot more sense. But in terms of music, the big stories in music this year have been from the reality TV stars. Britain's Got Talent had Susan Boyle, or Subo as she was referred to. The X Factor, they had John and Edward, or Jedward as they were referred to. I mean, I really hate this new sort of new thing where TV stars and people are given a new hybrid name from the first and second name. I mean, even on Strictly Come Dancing, Chris and Ola, the eventual winners, were referred to as Cola. But yeah, I really hope this thing doesn't sort of filter through to the whole of popular culture. I mean, not for my sake, but for the sake of former Sheffield Wednesday player Chris Brunt. So it's just one of those things. I mean, strangely enough, Simon Cowell's record company is called Psycho Records. Although I'm not suggesting mental illness, a psychopath or anything like that. Susan Boyle actually, unfortunately, had a slight mental illness and was suffering from stress, which also led to Gordon Brown in a rather cringe-worthy interview on GMTV, where he sort of said, "Well, I've spoken to Piers Morgan, and I've asked how Susan Boyle is, because she's such a lovely person." You get the feeling at times Gordon Brown's a total PR nightmare with that stupid smile that he does. But I suppose you've got to feel sorry for Gordon Brown, having to speak to Piers Morgan. But aside from that, with Susan Boyle, you think sort of a curly-haired Scottish person who's suffering a lot of stress and has not done very well in a public vote, then Gordon Brown can probably sympathise with her there. I'm not sure what's coming up on the TV next year, so I've had to bring my TV guide with me for next year to see what is actually coming up on next year's television. So in the new year, there's going to be a documentary on ITV2 about the marriage of David and Victoria Beckham and how it survived through the ups and downs. That's in Thick and Thin: How We Survived. On Channel 5, there's a thorough guide by Anthony Wald Thompson giving full details on how to flip a pancake. That's Anthony Wald Thompson, The Complete Tosser. There's a documentary on BBC Two showing Tony and Lionel Blair researching whether large marine vessels can travel along rivers in wooded environments. That's in Do Blair's Ship in the Woods. And there's an in-depth dramatisation on Channel 4 of David Blunkett's controversial sex life whilst in office. That's in Love is Blind. So
I like that one.
that was quite good actually, wasn't it, Jimbo? Perhaps we can Sky Plus that and watch it again.
Yeah, well, let's try that now.
Yeah, let's do it. And there's an in-depth dramatisation on Channel 4 of David Blunkett's controversial sex life whilst in office. That's in Love is Blind. So
I like that one.
that was quite good actually, wasn't it, Jimbo? Perhaps we can Sky Plus that and watch it again.
Yeah, well, let's try that now.
Yeah, let's do it. So I mean, that was a pretty good joke. I mean, actually, Jimbo, talking about time-wise, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to cut the episode short and head off. I've got a supermarket to open in Western Supermare.
Just give you all that money.
Well, I'm sorry, mate, but you only gave it for sort of 10 minutes, didn't you? So I'm heading off.
One second. We talked about this. We've got a full episode.